These 3 supplements are the only supplements I believe that you need for jiu-jitsu performance. Look, there are hundreds of supplements on the market, all trying to tell you that you need to take them and they're going to cause XYZ effect. However, a lot of the supplements' claims are dubious at best. A lot of them are extrapolated from certain research papers that don't have much backing behind them. Yes, a lot of them you can take because they don't cause harm, so there may be some effect to them, and I don't mind that. If you have the money and the extra income, I don't believe there's any harm in taking a supplement that's not going to cause any harm but may give you a potential benefit. But that's not what this video is. This video is taking supplements that have a real world effect and that can benefit your jiu-jitsu performance, and there's only 3 of them here. All protein powders show similar gains in muscle mass, fat loss, etc. if you're hitting your daily dietary intake of protein. So when we're talking about our daily intake of protein, we're looking at anywhere from 1.6 to 2.2 grams per kilogram of body weight, or we're looking at anywhere around 0.7, 0.8 to 1 gram per pound of body weight. Now, typically that lower end of that range is kind of the top end of where we see gains, but sometimes it's just easier just to take your body weight in pounds and hit that and make that your protein goal for the day. Further, it can sometimes be difficult to hit the protein goal, so having a goal that's overshooting it can mean if you don't hit it, you're still in the right range for your protein. Now, with protein powders, it's just an easy way of getting protein into your diet. Sometimes eating 4 or 5 meals with enough meat or eggs or whatever it is to hit that protein goal can be difficult, especially for people who are busy or get full very quickly from that type of food, or just really don't like eating a lot of meat. So protein powders are an excellent substitute for that. When you take your protein powder, honestly, it does not matter. We see a really good spike in muscle protein synthesis or the building of new protein when we have whey protein after training. However, you don't have to have protein after training. You can have a normal meal, and protein powder can be something within your day. For example, you're rushing between meetings at work, you've got a lot to do. This can be almost used as a meal replacement. You can even just blend it with oats and milk and things like that, can make a smoothie out of it as a full meal itself. Now, I will say, if you are competing in IBJJF or other federations that do drug testing, you need to find a supplement brand that has the informed sport tick. You might be able to see this on the pack. Yeah, the little green stamp there. You need to make sure you're using supplements that have that tick. If it has that tick, it means each batch of the supplement is tested for third-party substances. And you see a lot of people claiming that they took tainted supplements and they were banned. Whether that's true or not, just don't take that risk. There are so many brands now that have that informed sport tick. And even this Optimal Nutrition brand, you can get this whole pack if you are in the States and you have a Costco membership. This thing's about $60 and you get all that protein powder. So just make sure you're looking for that tick, and that's just something to be aware of. So let's move on to supplement number 2, and that is creatine monohydrate. Now, creatine gets a bad rap. People will make all sorts of claims stating it will cause dehydration, it'll make you hungry, it'll make you thirsty, it'll cause cramps, it'll lose your hair, it's bad for your kidneys, it's bad for your liver. None of these claims are substantiated. It's all bullshit made by bro scientists trying to discredit creatine. Now, you don't have to take creatine. In fact, you don't have to take any of these supplements. These are just things that tend to work. Now, be aware that you might be a creatine non-responder or a creatine responder. Myself, I'm a creatine non-responder. And that means when I take creatine, my body weight doesn't change. If you're a creatine responder, your body weight will change. You're looking at around 1.2 kilos, or I think it's 1.2% increase in body weight, usually from water weight, when taking creatine, which is completely fine. That is the muscle being saturated with creatine molecules, and that is what you want to improve strength, explosive power, etc., etc. Now, how it works is you're taking enough creatine to saturate the muscle cell. These creatine molecules bind with phosphate molecules to make phosphocreatine. The energy your muscles use is called ATP, or adenosine triphosphate. As you know there, triphosphate means 3 phosphates. As you use energy, you lose a phosphate. You know, adenosine diphosphate, or 2 phosphates. To replenish that phosphate, you have phosphocreatine floating around in the muscle. That now joins back up and now becomes ATP again. Now you have more readily available energy. It is the fastest energy source you can have, but it is very limited. It is why the ATP-CP system, or the alactic energy system, is quoted as only having about 10 seconds of energy when you're doing 100% maximal efforts. With creatine, you can help increase that because you have more energy available. Hence why I believe creatine is such a great supplement. You also cannot get enough in your diet to make these gains possible. Typically, you're looking at 3 to 5 grams per day, every day, of creatine to keep the muscles saturated. If you are cutting weight for a jiu-jitsu tournament and you're a creatine responder, I would still take creatine cutting weight unless you struggle to make your weight easily. And if you really do struggle to make your weight because of creatine, you're probably in the wrong weight class, to be honest. So bear that in mind. I've cut weight for many competitions while still taking creatine and be fine, but I'm a non-responder. My body weight does not change. So that is different for me as it might be for you. However, if you do have to take creatine out of your diet leading into a competition, it stays in your system for around 4 to 6 weeks. So even if you're 3 weeks out, 2 weeks out even, and you remove creatine to bring down that water weight, you're still going to get the benefits of the creatine. Now, when you take creatine, again, it does not matter. You just take it every day when you remember. Try and make a routine out of it. If you have smoothies every day, put it in your smoothie, put it in your morning coffee, whatever it is. You just need to take it daily. There is one paper suggesting that taking creatine after a workout might enhance muscle growth, but not strength. However, creatine is not a stimulant. We don't know the half-life of creatine within the body. So a lot of these claims are somewhat unsubstantiated now. So just take it whenever. It does not matter when. Again, look for the Informed Sport label if you're competing in IBJJF competitions or other drug-tested federations. Finally, we have the third supplement, vitamin D3. Now, you might be wondering why vitamin D? Well, if you go and listen to the podcast with Andrew Marley, he's doing research on vitamin D within combat sports. He's finding high-dose vitamin C enhances aerobic and anaerobic performance within combat sports. So just taking this can improve your conditioning essentially. And when we're talking high dose, we're not talking about the 1, 2, or 10,000 IUs that are typically recommended. We're talking 50,000 IUs per week. So this is a 50,000 IU bottle. This is 50 soft gels. This is a year's supply because you take it once a week. A year's supply, it was $10. So I'll put the link in the description anyway, but $10 for a year's supply. You take it once a week and you can improve your conditioning. Now you're going to get an even better effect if you're deficient in vitamin D. I think a lot of us are, depending on where you live as well, if you get much sun. But even Andrew recommends that even in the summer, you should take this to improve conditioning performance and elevate your vitamin D levels. Now there are a plethora of other supplements that could run into different pre-workouts, L-citrulline, beta-alanine, etc., etc. I mean, some of these are great and can work, but I don't think they are necessary. You can use them, again, if you have the extra income to play around with using different supplements, sure. However, these three will set you on the right track. You could even add caffeine to this as a pre-workout, but a lot of you probably drink coffee anyway, which has your caffeine in it. But I want to know down in the comments, what supplements did I miss? Are there supplements that you take religiously that you believe in? And also, make sure you please like the video. It helps spread this video to more people.